Welcome. Welcome. As you can hear, my voice is a bit muffled because I am bringing you to another galaxy. Now, if you are listening, please write a location that you would want to be in. A location that is far away from Earth, far away from the land of birth, far away, far away, far away. Now, before I can send you to there, let's look at Earth currently. Now think of a place that you would like to be in.
Now think, while these flowers are blooming and the time goes pop, what place would you like to be in? Is it a yellowy? Now, what if the images you saw before was just a translation to move us to the other galaxy? Now use this time to think as we are being transported to another land, transported to another layer, transported. How does it make you feel? Do you feel uneasy? Do you feel incomplete? Do you feel that you need to balance a bit more while you're sitting or standing on your feet? Do you believe that this is just another element? Another element. Another element. Now, we have made it to the other universe, but things are not what they seem to be. As you can see, in this universe there are monsters, from vampires to werewolves to mermaids. What do you want to be? Do you want to be a vampire or do you want to be a centaur? Do you want the ability to fly or the ability to swim? This is the transformation session. As now you decide what you want to be, or rather where, or rather how. What is inside you that you want to transform? How do you want to be remembered? Is the sound a little too uneasy? What if that was the point? Take some minutes to take that in. The transformation has been completed. The transformation has been completed. Now, with your transformation, imagine that you're just like this spiraling worm traveling to space, traveling across the line. Whatever you want to be, it can be as holy as you want, as divine, or it could be underneath the earth. It's for you to decide. It's for you to decide. This is a very moving trip, Iris has stated. But what part of it is the trip? Is it the way that it spirals, the way that it engages, the way that it is flowing from multiple stages, the way that it has a slow temporal vibe, but within it can show what's reside or what's hidden deep inside? These are questions to ask and questions to feel. But we know that all transformations are not as smooth. Sometimes they can engage in pretentious movement, or where the heart and the mind are no longer aligned and have to find a way to be refined. What is it that you desire? What within you brings that fire? What intensifies? Is it if I change the color from red to blue, blue to yellow, does that change the view? Does the aspect of changing the hue change what's inside of you? What if the movements were not as smooth, but a bit more jagged? Does that bring something in you that infuse, or does it leave you thinking as you wonder why you're confused? Is it the red, or is it the yellow? What if I made this more green? Do you feel one with nature, or is that something that's not embedded in our culture? So sometimes that we forget where the oxygen and all its nutrients arrive. Maybe I should add a sea of blue in the middle, because the world is 75% water. The human body is what, almost another 75% water? Maybe my mind and math might be off, but I got you thinking. I got you thinking faster than your eyes are blinking. So maybe the water in the middle is just to get your mind and heart to sink in, as the way some of the elements of the earth are sinking. Loading templates, loading elements. If you were on the periodic table, what function contributes to your actions? These are food for thoughts, or rather thoughts for food. Now let's go back to the past. Your lines from the past. As it's not only about live coding the future, but also looking back at what made us be. As I take this code that I have written probably many times since 2017, let's see what renews in me, what renews in you, and what elements can be reused, and what elements can be refused. Maybe I want to move a bit faster. Maybe I need clarity. maybe it just crashes. But every time it crashes, is that the end? Or is that just another element for our minds to see what it needs to send, or what it needs to borrow, land, what it needs to buy? But is buying just a concept of capitalism, or this is just a concept that just flies? Rather, as the sound moves faster, let's say that is our head, and the slow movements that were prior is what's in our heart. What happens when we sync them together? What happens if everything just goes fast? What happens if all of this is fast, all of this is slow? Does it leave mine to render, or is it just as we put the fruits in the blender? Or what if the pace keeps changing, keeps arranging? What if one goes fast and the other goes slow? What if? What if?
What if some organic things, just like this voice, can be changed? What molecules would you have added? What molecules? And this. And this is a temporary goodbye. This is the end.